Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. My God, I hope this is working. We had a bit of a weird moment at the beginning there. YouTube kept saying this video is not available, but it looks like we're all up and running now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the Ultimate Racing League Sunday evening shenanigans, the GRSC Season 3. The Group Racing Sunday Championship, League 4. There is 6 leagues. League of Champions, League 1, League 2, League 3, League 4 and League 5. We are covering League 4 as we move up through the tables in this series. Last season we did League 5 and now we have moved up and we are covering League 4. Looking upwards at the dizzy heights of the League of Champions. So we've got, wow, League 4, what can I say? We've had some big dropouts, ladies and gentlemen. Humongous. We're only round 5, halfway through the season, a grueling season it has seemed to be. So, yes, there is a few guys that have pulled out of the championships. But the biggest shocker of them all, ladies and gentlemen, is the Double A Ron has had to withdraw his entry for the time being. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not because of a messed up pedicure. Everything went well with the pedicure. He looks lovely. The nails are fine. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is due to PS for Sony's shoddy buildmanship. His PS5 says no more. It has had enough. It has quit on him. So, yeah, the man is with no PS5 at the moment, or PS4, whatever it is, his console he uses. So, he has had to withdraw for the time being until he can beg, borrow and steal enough cash to get another one back together. I think he's setting up an OnlyFans. So, if guys want to go and sign up and look at his beautiful pedicure nails, please do. Please do. Look for him. Double A Ron. So Double A gone. Okay then. It's round 5 and we are at Road Atlanta for 2 sprint races, ladies and gentlemen. Of 18 laps, I think it was said. And race 2 sometimes has one less lap because they use the mediums and the hards in race 2. But in race 1, they just use the soft tyres. They have qualified, ladies and gents. And this is how they... Double A gone was pretty good. You've got to say, wasn't it? I just thought of that on the moment. You know? Credit where credit's due. Double A gone. Okay. Maybe not. So, this championship's wide open. It's anyone's. It is there for grabs. So, let's have a look at this table, shall we? Not table. I wasn't going to mention tables. There's nothing to do with tables. There's no tables. Let's just move on from tables. Let's not get carried away with tables. Let me check Messenger just one more time, just in case a table has appeared from nowhere. So there is a table, but I don't think it's from round 4. I think... Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, be upstanding. We've got a table. I'm sorry, I do apologise. So, we were at Brands last, weren't we? Adam in the chat. Hey, Adam, how's it going, man? It seems like a long time since I've seen you pop up. Hey up thingy, been missing your streams, but glad to catch this one. Looking forward to more of your commentary. Well, like Double A gone. So, here we go. Here's your table, ladies and gents. Oh, I'm all excited now. Stubby is at the top on 121 points. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, it was brief, ladies and gentlemen. It was brief, but we know Stubby now. I've found it again. Bloody phone. It's because I usually take a screenshot of it, and I've not. So I'm trying to move backwards and forwards on the table to read the numbers, and then I flicked to the next picture, which was Homer doing a Homer meme doing a sniff, in case you wondered. So Stubby's at the top then on 121 points. Then we have Double A gone in second on 120 points, 1 point in it, but hey, he ain't scoring nothing. Souness is third in the championship, ladies and gentlemen, on 107 points with a bit of ground to make up, and Matty Alder is in fourth on 103. Oh, Homer again. Now I've lost the table again. Bear with me. It will get there. There we go. It's here. I'm going to do it this way. See if it's any better. So Matty Alder. Did I tell you Matty Alder's? He's in 4th on 103. Whoever's below him. Freak is on 100 points. I can't do it like that. I've got to do it sideways. Freak's on 100 points. Mika in 6th is on 100 points also. Very tight there between Mika and Freak. We know him as Method. Brian Moncani 7th in the championship at the moment on 96 points. It's all very tight. Mini is in 8th on 72 points. Then we have GS Myth Get Smurfed on 63 points. And then below that we've got Eric of Canada, but he has withdrawn. And then we have Toten, who also has withdrawn. YT has not withdrawn yet and says he is coming back. So he's on 17 points. So he'll soon jump up into the action. Panda, I believe, may have withdrawn. Jobs has never even shown up. Zigzag never showing up. And Pork Sports, I believe, has withdrawn. So that, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Yeah, I didn't even see that table posted. I do apologise. Seems it was posted a little bit back. So we've done the table. Now we've got the grid. And like I said, the championship's all wide open without a double Aaron around to gatekeep that front position. Let's have a look then. It's Souness for the second week on pole position. And Souness definitely throwing his hat in the ring for that championship. Only, what, is he something like 13 or so points behind Stu BS? So St. Ubs. And that's St. Ubs there in second place. Stubbs in second place on the grid, ladies and gentlemen. And he is leading this championship. Dizzy heights for St. Ubs there. In third spot, we have Mika in third. Ladies and gentlemen, Mika having an extraordinary season and looking to mess things up, take a win and scoot off on to the next round. With all fingers flicking. There we have Matty Alder in fourth place, ladies and gentlemen. They're all on the soft tyres and they're all up for an absolute cracking race here. And that's Matty Alder then. Fourth with fifth place to, is it Mini in one of the best liveries of the season there. And I'm not a big Red Bull fan. I just think it looks really nice on the car. And that's Mini in the Red Bull team looking to mess things up. Method down in sixth. Method's qualifying, not on home soil as well. Remember, he's part Apache, ladies and gentlemen. And on home soil, it has not gone. The spirits have not guided him as he wished them to do so. So on home soil then, Freak / Method down in sixth. Don't forget, never forget, Method, a big twitcher, huge twitcher, twitches all the time. So check him out, Method / Freak, PHREEEK. I think it's double E. Yeah, look for him on Twitch, the Twitch service. He likes to stream his races, and they are very entertaining. Then here we go. It's seventh. It's Brian Moncani. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian's qualifying has not been on point so far, but I think he does it on purpose. I think he likes to start on the back foot and slowly make his way through. He is the turtle in the story of the turtle and the hare. Okay? Never count him out. Always good for a top three finish, no matter where he starts on the grid. So close eyes on the Monk, ladies and gentlemen. Although last week he was the shunt, wasn't he? And here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. The monster... I forgot what car it is now, Genesis. On the back row there, it's the myth, the legend. It's Get Smurfed, ladies and gentlemen, in eighth place. Ready to pick up some good points with a lack of showings. Hang on, let me scratch my ear roll. There we go. I think I had a spider in my ear. It's just suddenly got... I think you get to a certain age, you start growing hairs in your ears, and it feels like spiders are crawling around. Good luck for that, kids. Something to look forward to in your future. I think you must have heard that because that was a messy slurp there from my energy in a can. Right then, no more further delay. It's been a long intro. Let's get on with this race, ladies and gentlemen. 18 laps against Road Atlanta. And Souness is leading them away around the final corner and onto the straight now. We are underway. Souness then ahead of Stu BS. And Mika keeping a close eye on events now. Matty Alder and Method in the Sketcher cars. Then last week were lit, ladies and gents, so count on more of that action coming later in the race. But so far, Mini is giving a lot of thoughts towards Matty Alder and his driving style. He's climbing all over the rear derriere, but now Matty Alder up to speed and moving away in a nice fashion. Method then in 6th. Then we've got the Monk in 7th. Ahead of GS Smith. Souness under threat. Stu BS. He knows he's seen ups. He knows this championship is there for the taking without double Aaron in his sights, in his way, and now giving Souness a lot of pressure, handing it to him. Try an ear and nose wax treatment. Trust me, I'm thinking of it, man. I'm thinking of it. Just the pain alone is putting me off. So the Stu BS then, St. Ubs coming up alongside Souness, having a little door bang, letting him know he's there. Now. Stubbs compromising his corner on that inside. He won't get a better exit, whereas Souness should be, but no, Stubbs does the business, ladies and gentlemen. Stu BS is up and in the lead of this race. Souness now, all he can do is follow and try and re-gift that overtake in the next lap around. Mika staying with our leaders, and Mini up to 4th as Matty Alder loses a position and is now sitting in front of his teammate as Brian the Monk coming through in 7th, and GS Smith clinging on to the rear derriere of these guys. And Road Atlanta, I have to say, it is a tough track to drive at the best of times, but under this kind of scrutineering and pressure, it can really be an absolute boiling pot of stress and tension. Stubbs then leads the way with Souness chasing him down, and Mika there staying in contact. Mini up to 4th. Great drive from Mini so far, getting himself past the Skechers car, the Rossi team of Matty Alder, and getting that Red Bull up and into 4th place and chasing down the Gulf teamed Genesis of Mika. Souness then trying to get a slipstream, trying to find a little bit of bite, trying to get a long side St. Ubs so he can get the move done, but St. Ubs too far ahead at this point, and Souness then just has to put on that pressure, try and force him into a mistake there. But St. Ubs on form this season, not playing. He wants that cup, he wants the championship lead, and he's not giving that away for anything at the moment. Then St. Ubs is the man in the can. Souness there in 2nd with Mika in 3rd. Falling back to the Mini one things. 26.1 from Mini last time around. Mika 26.4, 3/10 faster for Mini. Mini is closing in, and these two were teammates last season, and they had some almighty beautiful races. They were trading off qualifyings. One would be ahead of the other one week, and then the next week the other would be. So it is pretty much a level playing field between Mika and Mini. They are of the same skill level, and that is the same skill level as the two they are chasing. Look, beautiful stuff here. Lap 3 of 18, and the top 4 are there for the taking if Mini so does wish so. Matty Alder having an absolute nightmare, slipping back another position. So there we see Matty. It must have been a mistake, a little wide on as he comes through the corner, has to collect the rear derriere up, and in the meantime his teammate just ekes by, and he tries to slip in behind to stop the Monk, but the Monk cannot be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. So Brian Moncani then up alongside Matty Alder at the moment. Matty Alder in a free fall situation. as Brian Moncani looks for something up the inside. It's not happening. It'd have to be a very late break to make something work there. And now Brian the Moncani sits in behind Matti Alder and Method, who leads them around just behind Mini, who is now being a force to be reckoned with against Mika. Mika a 26.3 that last time around, 26.4 from Mini. Look, drops a 10th on the man he's chasing. Method, Matti and Brian all tucked up, trussed up, ladies and gentlemen, all trussed up in an elegant battle of machinery here for 5th, 6th and 7th. Vodka Rob in the chat saying good afternoon. Well, hello to you, good sir. Adam's around, man. We haven't seen him for a bit. Adam's in the chat. It's all good. Method then leading the way up from this little pack in 5th, and he's pulling away from his teammate Matti Alder, who's doing all he can to keep the Monk at bay. GS Myth with a penalty. It's the last thing he needs right now, but he is cracking on. The Stu BS leads from Souness. Souness at 26.1 last time around, 26.3. It is so close between these two pilots, ladies and gents. There is nothing in it betwixt them. Same as Mika and Mini. Mini looking like he's closed up a little bit more on Mika. Mika could be in big trouble coming into this next section of corners, because Mini has got the eagle in his eye, the tiger in his eye, ladies and gentlemen. So and Souness falling back to those guys. Souness did a 26.1 this time around, 27.3. Souness dropping a lot of time being left on the table there, and Mika with a 26.5 closes in on Souness. And Mini then still pushing on. It's tight. It is tight at the top, ladies and gentlemen. Mini, Mika and Souness all in that podium battle, whilst the Stu BS St. Ubs tries to pull away from the manicness. Method closing in, pulling away from his teammate Matti Alder as Brian the Monk comes in as well. Remember, you've got to put your money on the Monk. He always comes out on top. And GS Myth paying that penalty and making his way around road Atlanta. Who far, ladies and gentlemen, who far? And sat alongside our boy Mini as he takes us around road Atlanta. It's a cracker of a track, toughy but fun, satisfying when gotten right. Vodkarov saying, I got my best results so far in this round, still only P8, but I'll take any small wins at this point. You got to, man. You got to in this field. They're a tough bunch. So Mini then in 4th, chasing down Mika, but Mika not giving him a single thought, because all of his attention is on the car ahead of him. Mika trying to chase down the Souness as St. Ubs pulls away. Beautiful stuff from St. Ubs. Beautiful driving, very consistent, and sticking to the racing line. Although he has dropped a bit that last time, 26.6, he drops half a second, and that's all Souness needs. Look at him, closing in again. The fight is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 6 of 18. We should take stock of what tyres are doing. At the moment, St. Ubs and Souness's tyres pretty much not even touched, as are Mika and Mini's. Mini dropping back from Mika from a moment. Method, he's doing okay, and Matti Alder has leaned on his tyres. We have seen in the past that Matti does like to use up his tyres, as the Monk as well closing in, and that might be the difference here between Brian and Matti, with the tyre wearing them down. The Murph Get Smurfed is just making his way around. Sorry, I bumped into my wife whilst chatting. I'm beating my wife up. She's trying to put cutlery away. And then as I dance around the dining room doing these commentaries, there's a big chance of collision. Souness then in 2nd, Mika in 3rd, and then we got Mini in 4th, Method in 5th, Matti Alder in 6th, Brian the Monk in 7th, and GS Myth is there in 8th place. Stu BS then, can he maintain? He's doing okay. I mean, he's dropping time, but his tyres are getting worn but it does look like Souness bringing the fight to him, with Souness pulling a 26.00 last time out of the bag, with Stubbs doing a 26.4, so that's another virtually half a second gain from Souness then in the last 2 laps on Stu S. Maybe Stu S just running his race. Maybe he's just not, he's not pushing too hard. Remember, we are at Road Atlanta. It is a tough track, not a track you want to take gambles or risks at too often, because you start using up your luck with this track. So St. Ubs, he might be just doing enough to stay ahead, giving Souness that big carrot that he's never going to be able to eat. Mika then is in third, and he's pulled away now from Mini. Mini has 26.3 last time around. Mika 26.0, matching the car ahead of him. Mika, very much his intentions are for the Souness, and Stubbs falling. He does seem to be just falling back into their clutches. Stu S at the moment, I don't know if he's having technical issues in the car, or he's not pushing it to its full limits, trying maybe not to use the tyres up too much. That could also be a part of this. 26.2, it's getting better. Souness 25.9. Souness absolutely planting those laps as Mika a 25.8, fastest of all of them. Possibly, oh no! Stubby S has gone AWOL, ladies and gentlemen. He has dropped it mid-corner. And the pressure, it must have been, oh, we've all done that. There is not a person in the world who has not driven that track and not gone a little wide on around the first corner and found themselves facing that barrier. And Stu S then tries to dust himself off and get underway. And what a shame. You could see what he was trying not to push. He really was. I reckon he was trying to conserve somewhat. And Souness there, with the pace that Souness was displaying, it just had to make Stu S pick up his pace, and then that's what happens. Like I said, you use up your luck. This is, I mean, isn't Atlanta like famous for gambling or something? Or am I getting it wrong? I'm not savvy with the American ways, you know. I still think they ride horses and say yeehaw. So Souness then is leading the way with Mika in second, but Mika's reeling off those fastest laps now. Mini up to third in a podium position, and he wouldn't have funked that at the beginning of this season. He would have absolutely ripped your hands off if you offered that to him. Method in fourth, but now we've got Stu S trying to get back into the race. And Method, a great brick wall. I mean, Method is the wall between Mexico and America, really. You can't get past him. So Stu S then is falling back into his teammates' territory, the Monk. And Brian Moncani getting past Matty Alder at some part. And Matty Alder again, his tyre woes continue. Brian Moncani then is making his way past the Stu S. Stu S having another issue. OMG. Stu S not happy with that first corner. He just can't keep the grip in there. He tries to get back on ahead of Matty Alder, but no, there is no doing. But yeah, you can see Stu S, the St. Ubs, struggling in that first corner to keep the grip in place. Matty Alder then up to sixth as Brian Moncani makes his way to that podium. He's in fifth so far behind Method, but he's got some tough people to try and get by. And my word, Mika 26.8 last time around, and Mini is all up in his red area, and Mini is looking absolutely racy, fighty, some might say, and wanting to get second place in this race. Come on, Mini, let's have some. Let us have you. And Mika then tries to defend it off as best he can, but Mini is a force to be reckoned with here right now. He reminds me of a very young Yuki Tsunoda. That's why they call him Mini. Mika then is in second place with Souness out there in the lead, and Souness really is with the Stu S down in seventh spot. Ladies and gents, this is going to turn that championship upside down and all around. Let me tell you a story of how my life got turned upside down. So the Souness then leads with Mika in second, and the Mini absolutely on it like a car bonnet. So Mini all up and around his rear derriere, and there we see Mika trying to get a great escape up the hill. But Mini is all around and in his beeswax, ladies and gents. And the Mini, you gotta have a good feeling about Mini at the moment. I mean, he started down in 5th place, and he has taken no prisoners so far in this race. And he is putting all the pressure on Mika at the moment. Mika, be aware that the tyres, this is not a track you want your tyres to go off at as well. You do need that grip, as St. Obs has shown us in that first corner. It is a tricky corner to get right. Without the grip, you are really lost. And at the moment, Mika on a degrading set of tyres under immense pressure from Mini, who does not seem to care about the grip. He seems to just be using it. Souness out there in the lead, maintaining a 26.0 last time from him, a 26.1 this time. Mika 26.7. You can see the grip levels are starting to drop. Mini also at 26.7 with Method under pressure from the Monk. And Method at 26.7 last time round from him, and Brian Moncani at 26.1. Looking after those tyres early race always pays dividends for the Monk, ladies and gentlemen. That's the hot brew done and dusted. Man alive, that was good. It's things like that that make you remember why you live. So Method in 4th place, and he is under pressure now. He is under immense pressure from the Monk. The Monk giving it all, and his teammate StuBS coming in, but StuBS really is affected with the grip levels here. And so Matty Alder, absolutely no tyres whatsoever with 7 laps to go. That's going to be a struggle for him. GS Smith as well, with a bit of damage on the front, just had his best lap, and he's trying to, he might catch up. The Matty though, maybe not. Souness leads against Mika, and it looks like Mika hasn't got a Mini behind him anymore. So Mika picking up the pace, pulling away. 27.0 from Mika. Mini at 27.8, losing 8 tenths to 2nd place. Is he settling for that 3rd as he feels the grip levels go in the Red Bull Genesis? And there we go, Matty Alder, he's gone for a fresh set of tyres, and why not? Might get a fastest lap later in the race, and I don't know if you get points for him, but still, he'll have bragging rights at least after the race that he got fastest lap. So Mini then, I think there might be more than them. Well, Souness probably can get to the end on those tyres. Mika and Mini, their tyres are going to be very dead near the end. Methods are all right still, and the Monk, he's looked after his as well. StuBS, he's going to struggle to get to the very end on those tyres. They're going to be abysmal at the end of it. And Matty Alder, crossing the white line, bro. You broke the rules. You paid the penalty. And gets smurfed there. It's because he's had a pit lane infringement, the 3-second penalty. As he's crossed the white line, as he's either gone in or come out of the pits. And Vodka Rob saying, it's all endurance from this Sunday, is it? For the rest of the season? My word. A 3.5 second. Now Matt is having fun. He's seeing how big a penalty he can build up before he gets to the penalty line. And that will give GS Smith a huge opportunity. Souness at the moment then leads this race. 26.7 from him last time around. Mika 26.8. So Mika able to find a bit more pace in that Genesis, even though the tyres are absolutely torn apart. And 26.4 from Mini. So Mini coming back at Mika here. The race is not over. Lap 13 of 18. Method under that pressure from the Monk. The Monk giving it his all. But Method having that home track. I don't know. Whatever they say when you're on your home track, the crowd give you half a second. So Brian Moncani, though, all is up and around the Rossi team's Genesis here. Giving him some. Oh, Vodka Rob says it's Suzuka on Sunday. Oh, Well, I'll tell you, the likes of Matty Alder, they'll probably prefer a bit of an endurance race because they're struggling with tyres in these sprints. So Brian Moncani then goes for the move out the slipstream up against the Method staying on the inside to try and late break him into the corner, and it works for Method. It's a lovely move from Method managing to keep ahead even though he was beat by the slipstream, the toe, and he late braked it into the apex of the corner and stayed ahead of Brian Moncani. But Brian Moncani again lining him up for another hit, and he's going for it here in the first corner. No, he backs out of that one, and Method somehow still survives ahead of the Moncani. Mini just ahead, fighting with Mika. Not that much with Mika. Mika has absolutely gone. He's left the building, but Mika's tyres are in a state. As soon as still looking after his, he's not had too many people racing him, has he? So he's not had to apply the tyres as hard as other people. Where Mika, he's been racing a couple of people, Mini as well, all over the back of Mika. Method's done okay to say he's had the Monk all up in his rear derriere throughout the race, but Method and Brian very much looking after those tyres. And I'll tell you, if Souness's tyres fall off, because they are a lot more worn than Brian Moncani and Method's, I don't know if they've got a chance, to catch up. They may have a chance to catch these guys up. Method last time around was a 26.9, the Brian Moncani 26.7. So Mini early 27s for the Mini, and Mika doing late 26s is still not too bad. To say the tyres are, you wouldn't, I guess the fuel dropping off does help a lot. 27.1 that time around for Mika, with Mini then at 27.1 also. Method at 26.9, still driving to a delta it seems, with Brian Moncani at 27.3. Crazy stuff here at the moment. Stu BS, his tyres are on the definite back foot, but he managed a 26.7, so the tyre wear might not be that big a deal. 25.9 from Matty Alder on his fresh set of softs, but it looks like he is too far back to make the magic happen, as the Myth, GS Myth gets smurfed, trailing behind, not enjoying Road Atlanta in this car, it seems. Souness has picked up a 1 second penalty. That is cray-cray. In the chat then, hey Adam saying, hey Rob, great to see you again. Adam saying, some hot racing out there again today. Adam saying, I look forward to seeing an endurance race at Suzuka. That should hold some fun battles. Bodcrop saying, I prefer the endurance because I get into a rhythm and get better as the race goes on. Yeah, I think that's how Brian Moncani likes to do it. Adam saying, I know that feeling. Adam also saying, prefer a long run with strategy to a sprint. Oh no, Souness, what's going on? I mean, you guys saw it, but I wasn't really paying attention. So he's paid his 1 second penalty. I was taking my glasses off and thinking about picking up my energy in the can. So Souness then, he's absolutely slinging it. Is he throwing it away? Unbelievable, just straight off there. He must have missed his braking, and Mika coming around the corner. Can Mika get the win, ladies and gentlemen? Would this be the first time we see Mika win in League 4? He's made his way around the outside, but his tyres are in a dreadful state, and Souness's are in a lot better. And you'd think Souness would be able to late break him into this first corner, which he has done. Mini now on the inside of Mika, and Mika losing out altogether as Mini tries to go for gold. Souness then somehow maintaining the lead after his small off, coming back with the better grip on his tyres, and Mini getting the jump on Mika. Mika must be absolutely furious. And at this late stage in the race, and the tyres the way they are, there is not much options they have. There isn't anything that they can't start hanging it out even more. So at the corners, and Mini then, what a sneaky something or other. He's got himself up there ahead of Mika as Mika went for gold against Souness, and Souness with the grip advantage in the corner made his way through, and Mika losing out on the second place. Method though, Method and the Monk have got good tyres still, ladies and gentlemen. They are holding a good pace as they close in on this top 3 battle. We still have 2 laps of racing to go here, and it is not over by a long shot. Mini staying ahead of Mika. Brian's got himself his nose ahead, but we've seen this situation before. before, and Freak Method has managed to pull it back, but not this time. Brian has got the move done. Brian is up into 4th place, and he'll be working on a strategy now to go and attack 3rd and 2nd. He must be aware their times are dropping away, and their tyres are absolutely abysmal. Mika then is in 2nd, Mini is in 2nd with Mika in 3rd, and the Souness trying to get away. He knows that the Monk is coming, and what did I say about the Monk? You've got to bet he's a top 3 finisher no matter where he starts. Method in 5th place, hunting him down. The Stubby S, his tyres are absolutely shot, but he's still in sight of the battle ahead. The championship leader at the moment losing a handful of points to the people ahead of him. Matty Alder on that fresh set of tyres. He might be in 7th, but he is enjoying his drive so much more than the rest of the field. He has grip in abundance. He loves it. And the myth, the legend, kept his tyres well, but has fallen back from the pack. Souness then pulling away. Mini under threat. Mika's coming in, and at the same time the Method getting a slipstream as well. So Mika pulls out to have a look. I'm sure the Method has as well. And Method is as well. Same move, same different cars. And Mika has pulled it away. And so has Method. Beautiful stuff. 2 moves. 2 different cars, but Brian Moncani's trying to come back up at the inside. Brian Moncani reclaims what he has lost, ladies and gentlemen. 4th again as they enter the final lap, and Method is absolutely on fire. Mini back and again on the attack of Mika. My goodness gracious. Mika trying his all to keep Mini from coming through for that 2nd place. What an absolute battle we are having here between Mika and Mini. Brian and the Method. Stubby S fighting tyres. Matty Alder having fun with grip, and the Myth just plodding around. I don't think he's even trying. Oh, Souness has picked up a penalty, but I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters at this point. They're not going to catch him. They're over in their own inter-battle for 2nd place, and 1st place can just cruise it on home now. He's coming up to the penalty place. It might make him a bit closer. Brian Moncani and the Freak Method trying to get another tow. Method in the chat saying, what's happening, fellas? Hope all is well. Great racing here this week. It has. Again, we got Mika and Mini trying to battle it out for 2nd place, but Brian Moncani trying to defend from Method on the slipstream. They are all over the shop, trying to block as best he can. Method comes through. There was nothing stopping that freight train. Oh, I'm on a night train. And here we go. Souness comes around the final corner to take the win ahead of Mika and Mini. It's barely anything between them, and Brian Moncani only just staying ahead of the Method, with Stubby S there with his earlier issues coming home in 6th place, the championship leader. That's going to be scary for him, as Matty Alder with plenty of grip at the end of this race coming home in 7th. My word, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a treat. Thank you to Method, Brian Moncani, Mini and Mika. Well, all of them, they've all put their shift in here for the first race here at Road Atlanta. Matty Alder then in 7th, finishing. He's not happy with the tyre wear in these first races. I think we saw something similar last round from Matty. Starts absolutely up there at the sharp end, but the tyres just tear up too soon for him. And I think we saw him having to make a pit stop in one of the other rounds as well, maybe last round. So Matty Alder there struggling with the soft tyres on the Genesis. Maybe not turn so hard. I reckon he's on a handset. And Smith then comes home in 8th place. So Souness, great win, great race from everyone. Just 1 second, I've got to take my hoodie off. It's getting warm.
Great commentary, Finn. Smiling face with sunglasses.
I'm back. Ooh-wee, wow. Well, that was some racing, ladies and gentlemen. That was some absolutely lit racing. Fantastic stuff. Adam saying, hey, Freak, and so with you, sir. Method saying, you too, brother. Vodka Rob, what's good? But Robert, this is some fantastic racing. It's amazing, and Method, what a finish to race one. That was brilliant. Adam saying phenomenal racing right to the finish, and Method saying great commentary thingy, awesome sauce. Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Right then, so Souness somehow, some way won that race. I mean, when we saw him off the road, he was decisive, and he made his action quick, didn't he? He didn't play around. Some people might have sat behind Mika and Mini, but he didn't. He got in there, he got his hands dirty, and he got back in the lead as soon as he'd lost the lead, and he never gave it back up again. So Souness there takes the win. He had to fight for it from StuBS and Mika and Mini in the midst of the race there. Souness, a great win, a great challenge. Mika in second, somehow, some way. It looked like Mini had managed to topple him over, but Mika tenacious to the very end, and he wouldn't give up on it, and the German brought it home methodically in second place, and I imagine his stress levels were quite high in that race. My stress levels were high, so I can't imagine the pilot's stress levels. Mini, you son of a gun, eh? Who thought you had that in you? Hey, Mini, you cheeky little chappy. Mini, absolute great driving. Method saying the tyre wear here was brutal. Race 2 turned out to be a fuel management race, I think, towards the end. Oh, good fun. Good fun. All the strategies. So Mini then getting himself a podium. Great stuff, and nearly stealing second place there from Mika. Beautiful racing from the pair of them. Oh, he didn't quite get in the top 3, did he? But I think that's down to Method's tenaciousness and great driving and defensive driving there, that the Monk could not get himself any higher than 4th, and he only just got 4th against Method. And Method, that final move, I'm almost tempted to go back. Almost tempted. He just come flying through, and he made the corner, but I think he must have had to slow that car right down at the very end of the corner. And that must have given Brian Moncani the momentum he needed to get back ahead of Method. But Method absolutely slinging Genesis, ladies and gentlemen, as always. Slinging it like one of his tomahawks. StuBS is in 6th place. And not the race he wanted. And maybe he might be struggling with that championship lead against Souness. He was only, 13 points, 13, 14 points behind him. I don't think he's lost that many points. Maybe. Who knows? You get 20 points for a win, I think. But yeah, Stubbs should still get a good amount of points for 6th place, but it's not where he wants to finish. This is not where champions finish, is it, StuBS? Come on, St. Obs. Pick up your game. Matty Alder just scratching his head with the tyre wear situation. Maybe it's those rims, bro. They look brutal. Is that what everyone's wearing? Those rims look pretty brutal. They look like they're razors. Maybe that might be your issue. Your rims, Matty. And the Myth then coming in 8th place. Myth, I hope he's enjoying himself. I hope he's having a good time anyway. He's having a tough season. And he's down there on his own, which is not fair, because the dropouts. He would have been racing in a group of 3 or 4 people, and they've just decided to drop out because the sun is just too warm in England at the moment. The wind is just not going in the right direction. You know, whatever reason. I mean, some of them are important reasons. I mean, if your PS5's blown up, it's blown up. But you know. So the Myth, it's not fair. It's not fair. It is horrible when there's a lot of people dropped out that you race with. So now you're kind of on your own. It is a shame. It is a shame. I suppose he's looking forward, hopefully for next season, for the new entries from League 5 to come up and into the league. I did mention to the organisers that I you know, if they wanted to merge a league, I'd you know, the other commentator can have it. I don't mind stepping back from it. Just for numbers. Although, who needs numbers? I mean, that was absolutely banging, wasn't it? But it's just for people like GS Smith. He doesn't want to drive around on his own. He wants to do that on a Sunday evening. And so, you know, that is the beauty of having higher numbers. It's so everyone's catered for. There would have been at least, like I said, 3 people driving around with the Myth, and they've all dropped. So he's kind of stuck there on his own, which is a real shame. Right, don't look at the spoilers. This is race 2, reverse grid situation, I believe. Medium and hard tyres. I don't want that. I didn't want that one. I'm so busy talking, I'm not concentrating. That's what's happened. Plus, that's still got the names on. Plus, my son's cooked up some pigs in blankets, and it smells absolutely delicious. Oh, and my son put them in the oven, and my wife took them out the oven. They smell absolutely gorgeous, and it's a real distraction when I'm trying to do this, and all I can smell is sausage and bacon together in grease. It's Vodka Rob. It's my turn, Vodka Rob, talking about food. It smells great, I'm telling you. Vodka Rob saying this track is fun to drive but horrible to race on, and Vodka Rob saying we've had a good 5 or 6 missing in League 2 as well. Oh, my wife's given me the pigs in blankets and I've got to eat one. Sorry guys. Oh, for heaven's sake. I know vegans are really against us eating animals, but god damn it, they taste good. Pig.
Ruling face.
It's got no bacon on it.
What's the bacon?
That's the bacon.
What did you just eat?
I just ate another one there that had bacon on it. The bacon, it chucked its blanket off. Oh, I can't have another one. Right, sorry guys. Sorry, I got distracted. Pigs in blankets, man. It's just party food, but you've always got to have a pack of them in your freezer, just in case. Just in case you need a snack, you can just put the pigs in blanket tray in the oven. Oh, and have a little taste of heaven. Oh, vegans, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I'd love to be more woke, but you're wrong. You're wrong. Right then, the myth, the legend, on medium tyres starts on the front. Matty Alder is starting on the medium tyres in second place. We've got Stu BS St. Obs hoping for a better race. He needs a medical pack to fix this round. He's looking for some big points, is Stu BS, and he is starting on the medium tyres. We've got Method on the medium tyres. We've got Brian Moncani with a hard on, and then we've got Mini with hard on, and then we've got Mika also with hard on. And you know what? Souness as well with hard on, and I wouldn't blame them. After the race they had in that first race, that would give me the opportunity to put hard on. Right, oh, I'm having another one. Sorry, guy. Oh, it's not professional, I know. Oh, heaven's sake. Right then, we're going to get on with the race. Gia Smith is leading them around then, and it's the back four with hard tyres on, everyone else with the mediums, and you usually find the guys at the back is always best to have the hards on. So Myth then goes up to that first corner, tyres cold, medium tyres, this could be a tragedy of Shakespearean levels, but no, everyone survives. In fact, Method, does he get a move done on Stubbs? Well done to them. Yeah, he must have done. So Method up a position, I'm sure. Method to a flyer there in third. Stubbs down to fourth. Brian Moncani in fifth. We've got the Mini in sixth. Seventh for Mika and Souness in eighth. But they're on the hard tyres, remember. They're back four. They'll either be peeling off after 3 laps. I don't think Brian Moncani will. He'll know how long these hard tyres need to be kept on. Because it's very unlikely that these medium tyres, after seeing how the softs reacted in the first race, well, only on some guys. Matty Alder probably won't get those medium tyres to go very far. The Myth, the legend at the moment, doing a stand-up job in the lead. And no one has gone in for a nibble. It looks like Matty Alder is thinking about it into this corner. A little bit of a late break on the Monster Genesis. The Monster Genesis onto the apex. Superb stuff from the Myth. But Matty Alder gets a good drive out of the corner, and Matty Alder just pokes his nose ahead as we have behind all sorts of action. Sorry, I went the wrong camera. Method in third. Brian Moncani on the hard tyres against Stu BS. Stu BS has lost the magic, people. Mini, there, he's lost his nerve. Stu BS, though, is still ahead of the Monk, so maybe not losing his nerve so much. And the Method, though, in third, doing a cracking job. Myth down into second as the Alder there in first place. The Alder trying to run and hide. best he can, but it's a 50-50 split. Well, yeah, it is a 50-50 split of tyres out there at the moment. The Myth out off the road, and that's going to cost him. It's going to cost him Method and the Stu BS up St. Obs. St. Obs is on the move, with Brian Moncani also getting past as well. Where did he go? Who was it who had an off? Myth. Oh, there he is. He's in fourth, sorry. The Brian Monk hasn't got through. The hard tyres not quite doing the business yet. Now, officially, I think 2 laps is what they need to use on the hard tyres. But it'll be a brave move who decides to come in yet. The Myth, the legend, is trying to keep Moncani behind, and the Brian the Monk on them. Stu BS going for a move on the Method up the inside. And no, finds himself a little wide, and the Method says, all day, my friend, all day I will take those. And Matty Alder then trying to build up a lead in this race, knowing there's some fast people going to be coming in hard at the end on the faster tyre. Myth in third against the Stu BS. Stu BS going for the move. He gets himself up to third, but not quite. The Myth, the legend, still holds it around the outside. And GS Myth a lot more comfortable on medium tyres. Not a fan of softs, it turns out, because the Myth is on action with the medium tyres. Stu BS just has no answers for the monster Genesis. Brian Moncani on the hard tyres. Happy to see the crowd still with him. Happy to see that half the pack on those medium tyres aren't running away with it. Mika at the back with Mini in 7th. We've got Souness in 6th. We've got the Brian Moncani in 5th. They all have hard tyres on, with the Myth, the legend, chasing down Stu BS, who just cannot seem to get his Genesis to do what he would like it to do here at Road Atlanta for round 5 of the URL Sunday Evening Racing Series. Method up into 2nd, and that home turf advantage was what I was trying to think. It's starting to come into play for our Apache Indian. Matty Alder there leads the way in first. Usually that's what leads the way means. I'm very sorry. The pigs in blankets are very distracting for me. Blame my wife. She's the one that put the plate right there, right in front of me. Right, pit stops are happening. The Monk is taking his time. Sorry, I'm not going to eat on the stream. That's terrible. Oh, man, that's nice, though. Brian Moncani then going longer on the hards. Wow, they're already on lap 4. Stu BS has lost a position to the Monk. This really is a dismal round for Stu BS. St. Obs not having the best of it. Mika, oh no, Souness has put the wrong tyre on. Oh dear, poor Souness. Oh, he's in that championship fight. Oh, and he's gone. Oh no, man, you should have just gone round and pitted again. You still could have got good points. Oh, Souness. So it's easily done. A flick of a button, a little thumb flick on the wrong choice. And yeah, that looks like what happened to Souness. So we're down to 7th, ladies and gents. 7 racers, ladies and gents. And Unforgiven. That league join, that league merge isn't such a bad idea now, is it, eh? The idea of merging a couple of leagues together. So, Matty Alder, one person quits, we're down to 7. I'm not complaining, it's still great racing, it's just its numbers are nice, you know? Method in 2nd, these guys still on those medium tyres. The 2 Rossi cars leading the way. Brian Moncani in 3rd. Still on his hard tyres, but the Myth, the legend, has closed in and is trying to get by. Vodka Rob saying making me, Adam saying making me hungry. Vodka Rob saying you can't beat pigs in blankets. Vodka Rob saying the pig is meat heaven. It is, I'm sorry. And Adam saying what a shame, rage quit. Yeah, I know, and all he had to do is go round. He still probably would have got a good point or two. Could have, maybe, if he'd continued round. I mean, just did 1 lap. I don't think he's self penalising himself with 2 pit stops anyway. So it's not like any gain. So I don't think anything would have happened to him from the stewards as such. But yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. Matty, I did see some talk afterwards. I didn't know who it was who put soft tyres on, but I did see some talk afterwards about soft tyres not being an option. I think they can do that, but it's not down to the host. It's not the Opus isn't on the host to sort of choose what tyres you have selection of. If I was it, I'd say all three are opted, and you're not allowed to use those ones. Don't click on them. Don't click on them. If you do, that's your mistake, not the host's. So Matty Alder there, out in the lead. Not that anyone was blaming the host. They just said there is a setting that you can turn that option off, and you know that is fair, but you know it's not make or break, is it? So the Monk then, he's in. He's the last one to pit for the hard tyres. We've got Mini and Mika. They started on the hard tyres, and so obviously did Souness, but we have lost Souness now. There's only 3 runners that started on the hard tyres, and is Brian Moncani going to get out ahead of Mini and Mika? No. Mini and Mika look like they're through. The corner does spit out halfway around the first corner, but no, they are through. Brian Moncani on the harder tyre, losing time, which I suppose is to be expected, but it'll get big gains come the end of the race. We're on lap 6 of 17 now. Mini and Mika, ferocious racing in the first race from the pair of them. Now they're on some grippy tyres and chasing each other down, and the Moncani is coming through also. Matty Alder still leads this race. Can he run all the way to lap 15? Lap 15 will be their target before they need to put the hard tyre on, but it all depends on tyre wear, and has Method told us in the chat, fuel is a big issue in this race as well, which I can understand, because there's not that many corners where they really slow down. They're all very fast corners. It's a dab on the brakes, slinging it in, and hope for hell. So Matty Alder at the moment there, leading the way from Method on home ground. He's on his own territory. He's going to run after us with a shotgun soon and say, "Get off my land." So Method then in second. The myth, the legend, ahead of Stubius. Stubius not having a stellar round. Round 5 has not gone well for our championship leader. Let's hope it is the only one that isn't the best thing for him. Adam saying, stranger things have happened. He could have come through door. Good points. I want to race C. The other week, after being wiped out lap 1, I'm editing a vid for YouTube. Oh, cool, man. I'll keep an eye out for that. And Adam saying for good points. Yeah, no, I think you got to stick with it, and you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Go round with the soft tyres on, go back in, put whatever tyres you're meant to put on. And St. Obs then going for a move on the myth, the legend. From the slipstream, he comes out. He's got himself the fastest lap so far, and maybe Stubius has been saving that fuel early doors. He's doing well, isn't he? Now he's up to 3rd place, and Souness, his closest contender, quitting out, which is a real shame in the championship run for us. Halfway through with the St. Obs and Souness going at it would have been absolutely great for the rest of the season. Ooh, the myth, seeing if there's any room up the inside of St. Obs there, and there wasn't. It nearly was a nasty accident, but I think Myth knew, got out of it. Oh, but Stubbs, he's slinging. Genesis is the St. Obs today. Method pacing himself in 2nd place. His teammate pulling away, but his tyres degrading 3 times faster. And yeah, Matty struggling with tyre wear today. He's going to be pitting a lot earlier than he would like. I'm reckoning lap 10. He's going to have to do the last 7 laps on those hard tyres if he's not careful. So Matty Alder at the moment, tyre wear issues plenty. Method in 2nd. We've seen these the Rossi team doing very well. In the last couple of rounds, we've seen these the Rossi boys up there in the lead, 1-2s. So Method as well. Where was he in the championship? He's getting good points here. The championship leader in 3rd, being chased by the Myth. And then we have Mini in 5th, ahead of Mika. and they're both still ahead of Brian Moncani. Now the lap times they're producing: 26.8 from Mini, 26.6 from Mika, and Brian Moncani at 26.4. So Brian Moncani certainly has the pace. And as we sit on board, I think we should just have a little quiet time while we have a lap around Road Atlanta. Oh, poor Mini, slinging it a little bit wide there. Slinging it a little bit wide, coming through the corner and losing out on both places. As Mika then moves up to 5th place, Brian Moncani up and into 6th, and Mini there in 7th. Great racing, and Brian Moncani, not enough for him. He wants the other place as well. He's going to late break him into the corner here. Not quite. Mika holding off the Belgium, but the Belgium still fancies it up the inside, and he's got it. And Mini having another cheeky one. Poor old Mika. There's a pattern forming here, isn't there? There is definitely a pattern forming. Every time Mika tries to race someone, and he's still there, Mini hasn't quite got it. I was going to say, in the first race, we saw Mika go and attack Souness, and then Mini slip one behind, but Mika again late on the brakes. Can he make the corner? Man of gun, I made myself cough there. That was very much like Freak did in the first race, but Brian Moncani carried the speed through the corner and managed to come back at Freak, or Method, sorry. But this time Mika, he slung it in there. Wow, amazing stuff from Mika. Great cornering. He got it through, and the Brian Moncani stuck in the rear derriere of Mika. Great racing from these three down here in 4th, 5th, and 5th, 6th, and 7th. The Myth doing a great job. He hasn't used the hard tyres yet, nor has Stu BS. Method 27.3 from Method, and Matty Alder there almost to the end of his tyre. I said lap 10. It looks like he's going to try and go a little further than that. At the moment, the fuel seems fine. They're over halfway, so they just need a little top up of fuel near the end. But Matty Alder goes past the pits. He's keeping those mediums going at 27.8, and Method 27.6. Oh no, Matty's not losing a lot of time with that tyre wear from his teammate Method. Stu BS there in 3rd place doing 26.5s. He might catch them up ahead, you know, if he keeps this pace up. We're on lap 11 of 17. The Myth, the legend, at 28.2 there, and he's got Mika, Brian Moncani and Mini further down the road, but these guys are waiting for the pit stops ahead to see where they're going to end up. Now, all this racing, are they slowing each other down? The question is, yes, they are. They're slowing each other down with their bickering and they're scrapping, which is beautiful for us. But when the other guys come out the pits, it's going to mean they have a little extra on these guys. As Brian Moncani going to work on Mika. Mika, absolutely great defensive driving today we have seen from the German driver. But now on board with the Belgian, the Monk, trying to close in on our boy Mika at the moment. Great stuff in the chat. Vodka Rob saying, come on the Rossi boys. And Vodka Rob also saying, I don't know why it was called Rossi though, it's Skechers. It's Rossi's liveries. Valentino Rossi from Motorbikes, I think that's his livery. It's the yeah, so it's Valentino Rossi, the bike driver. I think that's his livery, or one of his liveries. But yeah, it's the Skechers team, isn't it? Brian Moncani then gets the move done on Mika, and he is through. Mika. Oh, Mika, he's not going to like that, but he's not. He goes. Brian Moncani found the Genesis to be a little bit giddy in the corner, and from absolutely nothing, it just swung out, sister. And Brian Moncani with a handful of oversteer in the middle of the corner, and Mika back through into 5th with Mini in 6th, Brian Moncani in 7th, Matty Alder out there in the lead with Method hunting him down. Method closing in now, 27.2 from the Method was Matty Alder, 27.9. Stu BS 26.7s. He really is. He could close in. These guys are going to have to finish this race on the hard tyres. Matty Alder, he might need those hard tyres sooner than the rest. Oh, Vodka Rob saying, yeah, I know, but the livery was my idea. Oh, sorry, man, I just assumed it was the Rossi team. Someone said, in the commentary room, I think, someone put a picture of that car up and said, what's this team? And someone said, I think it's the Rossi team, Valentino Rossi, and then they put a picture of Valentino Rossi's livery up. So, oh, well done, Vodka Rob. It's one of the fancier ones, I've got to say. One of my favourites. As there we go, Matty Alder goes into the pits with Method out there in the lead. What? So Matty Alder goes in to get some hard tyres. Method continues on with Stu BS, trying to regain some good points on Souness. With Souness's DNF, Stu BS could maintain the championship lead here. The Myth in as well. I didn't see his tyres, but yeah, we've got 4 laps left. With Mika then making his way up through the pit stoppers. Matty Alder is out. Oh, Matty Alder's been a very naughty boy. He crossed a white line somewhere, and he's going to have to pay 3 seconds, and that is going to be beautiful for Mika. And yes, it looks like they've lost a bit of time. Those that started on the hard tyres. Oh, big squeals. Who's the big squeals? Oh, was it Brian Moncani again? Someone squealed like a piggy, like one of these pigs in blankets. There you go. Whoa! Brian Moncani, sir. I salute you. What a great save. What a great save. But Brian on the... he preferred the hard tyres. I bet he wished he stayed on the hard tyres longer. He was having a better time on them. GS Smith then, also a naughty boy, picking up a penalty. Method leads. Yet to stop for his hard tyres, as nor has St. Ubs, and Matty Alder has, and picked up a hefty penalty for his pain. He's just about to pay that penalty as Mika closes in, and so does Mini. So there we go. Matty paying the penalty, paying the piper, and Mika, that flash was Mika coming through, and Mini. So Matty Alder there losing all of his gains from the early part just from a penalty. It's unfathomable. It's painful, ladies and gentlemen, and you have to feel for the man. Mika at the moment is indeed under a lot of pressure from Mini. And Adam saying, I thought I saw the pit entry line cross there. Yeah, you did. To very painful effect for our boy Matty Alder. So Mika again under pressure this week. He must be like a diamond coming out of this race. I'm gonna have to take a sip. I keep getting a dry bit in my throat. Must be where those pigging blankets keep hitting as I'm throwing them into the back of my throat. So Method then leads the way. And so, what? I don't know who's going to go up against him. Because we saw Matty Alder did come out a fair way ahead of Mika and Mini. So you've got to assume Method is also going to come out ahead of Mika and Mini. I'll tell you what now, with Mika and Mini, I feel like I'm talking about Disney characters. Mika and Mini at it again. Mickey and Minnie going at hammer and tong, ladies and gentlemen. Minnie is all up and around Mickey's rear. They almost have a thumb in it. And Stu BS then and Method yet to make their pit stop. This is the lap. This is the lap they need to make their stop. So Method, home turf advantage here for the American. Beautiful stuff. With Stu BS with the championship to think about, all up and around. He's gonna put a fight up for Method at the end of this. He's fastest man on track at some point. The fuel is low. Method has got plenty of fuel, so Method's pit stop is going to be shorter than StuBS. So StuBS, he might struggle to close in on the Method, but they're both going to be pitting at the end of this lap. Mika, I think they're going to come out ahead of Mika. Mika and Mini are going to have to put in a shift in the last 2 laps to try and close in on the hard-running compound boys. Brian Moncani then gets himself past Matty Alder. And Brian Moncani, his Genesis, has been an absolute beast on those medium tyres, just not wanting to do what he wants it to do. And he's been fighting the Genesis this whole race. Method into the bits. Matty, and so is the StuBS. GS Smith already has made his pit stop. He is behind the Alder. And this is the big question. I'm sure Method and StuBS are going to get out. He's already pitted. He hasn't touched the fuel. So Method hasn't touched the fuel. He's hoping that fuel is enough for the final 2 laps. StuBS has put in a similar amount of fuel, just a little bit more. Mika is in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. Mika and Mini do want to get into the mix, with Method out ahead of Mickey and Mini, with StuBS just in their rear derriere, but StuBS on those hard tyres, unable to make any action. But Mini, OMG, ladies and gentlemen, 2 laps from the end, and Mini has a flashing fuel tank. Mickey doing fine. StuBS on those hard tyres, he's got the fuel, but he's got Brian Moncani on a sort of set of mediums, with Matty Alder on a set of hards behind him. But yeah, Brian Moncani is the danger to StuBS, and StuBS picking up a half a second penalty there on his hard tyres. So Mini in third, Mika in second, Method leading, but Method has to keep an eye on that fuel tank flashing away like some sort of emergency light, like Starfleet is under attack. You can hear whoop, 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 whoop. Klingons on the starboard side, Captain. So Method then bringing this one home, cruising her home on the hard tyre, hoping for no drama whatsoever. He's coming around the final corner to start the final lap, and there is no sign of Mika in his periphery, and Mini as well, even further back than the Mickey and StuBS. But Mini is having to do fuel saving, so is Mika. StuBS in trouble from the Monk. The Monk is all up and around, and the derriere of StuBS on those hard tyres, with Brian Moncani. All of their fuel are flashing now. Matty Alder in the mix as well, with the myth, the legend, in 7th place, and Method then leads the way. And I don't think Mika, does he have the fuel, does he have the grip to take the fight to the Method and take the win? It seems not. His Method is good portion ahead in this race, and it has been methodical for our boy Method. This race, he has absolutely put no feet wrong, and Matty Alder with that 3-second penalty paid to his race. But Method doing everything correct. He's looking after his fuel, yes, but I believe Mika also may be looking after his fuel. So Mika is struggling to catch up with the American come the end of the race. And on home turf, ladies and gentlemen, in front of his own crowd, the Red Caps are crazy. They are chanting MAGA as he comes around the final corner. And we can say that was a MAGA drive from the Method. Great stuff from Method there. Mika in second, with Mini bringing it home for a podium. Great drive from Mini. The Stubbs must have had a penalty as he crossed the line. He's gone behind. We'll have to look again. I don't know. The Stubbs. It doesn't say he's got a penalty, but it put him behind Brian Moncani for some reason over the line. Here we go. St. Ups. We saw he went wide. Oh, they're going to give him a penalty for cutting that corner, aren't they? So he's crossed the line in 5th, but in 4th, but Brian Moncani is placed ahead of him. Oh, poor Stubbs. Didn't even get the penalty flash up. I'm sure that's what happened. I think they gave him a penalty on that final corner and put him behind Brian Moncani on the line. Not great for Stu BS's championship run this round, but, ladies and gentlemen, in all fairness, his closest contender pulled out of this race, so he can have a bit of breathing space there. Matty Alder trying to get on top of that tyre wear, costing him positions at the moment. And the myth, the legend, coming home in 7th place. No one to contend that. Oh, we'll let him finish. But Method driving precisely how a champion drives, and can Method get himself in this championship fight? Mika and Minnie, absolutely crazy racing from the pair of them today, and great stuff. Brian Moncani here, there and everywhere, fighting every corner for the positions he has gained today. Brian Moncani in 4th. Stu BS, not his round it seems. Road Atlanta, not... Oh, it started again. There we go. That was my fault. So, yeah, Stu BS, not his day, it seems. Finishing in 5th with that penalty at the end giving... Oh, no. That's saying he finished in... No, Brian Moncani finished in 4th. 5th Stubbs, Matty Aldo with the tyre wear in 5th. And the Myth finishing in 6th, 7th, it should be. Method, Mika, Minnie, Brian, Stubbs, Matty, the Myth. Was that 6th? Was there only 7? That makes no sense. No, 7th, yeah, Myth. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Thank you. I know it went a little bit off of the beaten path near the end there. I got a bit distracted by pigs in blankets. I do apologise. But what another fantastic round. So here we go. Yeah, Freak saying, yeah, it's Valentino Rossi Skechers livery. Yeah, it was probably just a miscommunication, I guess, says Vodka Rob. Adam saying, I thought I saw pit entry line cross. Yeah, football starts today for my team, Stoke City FC. Good luck to Stoke City FC out there. Hope you do a good one. Vodka Rob saying the mighty Potters. What, Harry Potters? What, is it Quidditch? I thought you said football. If it's Quidditch, I am there. Are we playing Quidditch? So come on, the Potters. Adam saying, I was thinking the same as you were saying, Mika and Minnie. What, Mickey and Minnie? Adam saying, although with the thumb image. Adam saying, that had me spit my coffee. Adam saying, GL this season, Rob. Good luck this season, he says. Vodkrop saying, go on Method. Adam saying, go GG Method. Freak who is Method saying, making America great again. Yeah, you go. Taking wins where you can. Vodkrop saying, cheers, Adam. Freak saying, excellent job as usual, sir. See you next week, fellas. Or should I say tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow they're racing. But I've caught up. I've caught up, so it shouldn't be as long for the next stream. I say I've caught up. Everyone's finished their seasons. There's no Tuesday season at the moment. There's no Wednesday season. And there's no Thursday racing. So Sunday is my only racing. So I've caught up, or, you know, everyone just got sick of waiting for me and have stopped. Adam saying, great commentary as ever, Thingy. Thanks for the entertainment. Vodka Rob with a smiley face and saying, cheers, Thingy. My pleasure. And that's round 5, ladies and gentlemen, halfway through our GRSC Season 3 League 4 round 5. What a conclusion. What a great race. I had a blast. And we look forward to the next one, which should be in a matter of days, I'd say. A matter of days away. Probably, maybe even Monday night. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, thank you for your participation in the chat. Adam, Freak, and Vodka Rob, all of you guys absolutely keep me entertained during these streams. And thank you for the racers that turn up. Sod you to the turners that didn't show up. Double A gone was funny. I stand by that. And that is it. It's just turned 3 o'clock. So I am going to go and bury my head in a bowl of pigs in blankets. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.